Hyperpigmentation is one of the most common skin concerns that I see in the office, and I've noticed that a lot of people make so many mistakes when they're trying to tackle hyperpigmentation. So today I'm going to be talking about 5 mistakes that people usually make when it comes to hyperpigmentation, and I'll give some solutions or options that you should take in order to prevent or treat your hyperpigmentation. But first, I want to talk about the underlying issue with hyperpigmentation, and that is inflammation. So I like to tell my patients that inflammation plus melanin equals hyperpigmentation. And so the reason why your melanocytes are there in the first place and why you're pigmented is because your body uses, or your melanin protects you from UV rays and the inflammation from the UV rays, the damage from the UV rays, right? And so if you have any form of inflammation, whether it be from the sun or from something going on systemically or in your body, there is a high likelihood that you're going to have hyperpigmentation as a result of it. So if you understand that inflammation is the underlying problem, it helps you to understand what you need to do to either prevent or treat hyperpigmentation in the future. So let's get into the mistakes that people are making with hyperpigmentation. Mistake number 1, you're using too many products, especially products with active ingredients in your skincare routine. So I see a lot of people, they have 7-step routines, 10-step routines, and sometimes they have a lot of active ingredients in their skincare routine, not knowing why they're using it. And what can happen when you use a lot of products or a lot of active ingredients is it can disrupt your skin barrier. And the result of this is irritation to the skin, and irritation follows inflammation, or inflammation follows irritation. And like we said, once you have inflammation, there's a high likelihood that you're going to develop hyperpigmentation. And so my advice is for you to stick to a gentle skincare routine that may have maybe 3 to 5 ingredients max. Limit the amount of actives that you're using, or if you're using active ingredients in your skincare routine, like glycolic, lactic acid, or retinol, make sure you're using it at the right time, and make sure that you're using sunscreen when you're using these active ingredients. Problem number 2, you're not treating the main problem. So a lot of times when patients come in with hyperpigmentation, they don't understand that hyperpigmentation is a result of a main problem. And like I said before, inflammation is the main problem. So for example, I see a lot of patients who come in with hyperpigmentation from acne. They're developing ingrown hairs, for example. They have eczema. They might have folliculitis. All of these things have underlying inflammation, and because of the inflammation, that is why they're developing hyperpigmentation. But the mistake that people make is they go and try to treat the hyperpigmentation without dealing with the underlying problem. And so if you have any of these conditions that I listed, it is more important to treat the underlying problem than it is to treat the side effect, which is the hyperpigmentation. Mistake number 3, not protecting your skin. A lot of people of color think that because they have black skin or they are deeply melanated, that they don't need sunscreen. And this is far from the truth. Like I mentioned before, if there's any form of inflammation in your skin, automatically you are going to need protection from the sun, because UV rays has the potential to cause photoaging, and sometimes photoaging shows up as hyperpigmentation in people with darker skin tones. And another reason why it's important to use sunscreen is because there are a lot of people of color who live in the northern hemisphere of the world, so the US, Europe, and Asia. And when you live in the northern hemisphere, you have exposure to more UVA rays, which causes photoaging and hyperpigmentation on the face. So if you're in these areas and you have inflammation on your skin, there's a high likelihood that you're going to have hyperpigmentation on your skin. So it is very important that if you're going to be going outside, or if you're indoors, honestly, use an SPF 30 sunscreen. This is going to help protect your skin from UV rays. Is going to prevent hyperpigmentation and overall help with managing inflammation, because if you use a zinc-based sunscreen, that's going to help with that's going to help with inflammation and hyperpigmentation as well. If you want me to make any videos on any of the things that I'm talking about, just let me know below and I'll make more in-depth videos on sunscreen or anything else, okay? Mistake number 4 is having poor health habits. Again, in the beginning of the video, I mentioned that inflammation is the underlying problem with hyperpigmentation. And so if you eat foods that are high in sugars, processed foods, and you're not exercising, then the likelihood is that you're going to develop insulin resistance, which can make acne worse, can lead to excessive facial hair or body hair. And then because we have coarse hair, we tend to get ingrown hairs, and that is going to lead to hyperpigmentation. And also, when you're not healthy, you are going to lose the ability to heal properly, which hyperpigmentation is technically a scar. And so if you are metabolically healthy, if you're eating healthy foods and you have healthy habits, your chances of healing your hyperpigmentation is much faster versus somebody who is not eating healthy, and then you're not going to be able to heal your hyperpigmentation faster. So at the end of the day, what you eat is going to affect how your hyperpigmentation heals. So make sure that you're eating foods that are whole foods, eat foods that are high in fiber, make sure you're eating protein, stay hydrated, and please move your body and exercise so you can be very insulin sensitive, your body can be healthy, and it can heal faster from scars such as hyperpigmentation. Mistake number 5 is DIY treatments, okay? I know that we deal with hyperpigmentation and it can be quite jarring when you have some black spot on your face, and the tendency is to try to figure out what to do. You go online, you see TikTok videos, and you buy products and you use these products hoping to improve your hyperpigmentation. Or you end up on Amazon buying a chemical peel, or you see some auntie who has flawless skin and she says, oh, take this product and use it. And so you use the product and it turns out it's some skin bleaching product that's going to absolutely destroy your skin. And so the result of this is that you're going to end up with burns on your skin, you're going to end up with hyperpigmentation, and you can get other complications as well just from trying out things on your own without proper guidance. This is why when you're dealing with hyperpigmentation, it is so important to find a professional who has experience treating hyperpigmentation, who has tools and equipment that can help you with your issues, and who can come up with a treatment plan that is going to help you with your hyperpigmentation. And I know it's really difficult to find that. It could be a dermatologist, it could be an aesthetic physician like myself, or it could even be an esthetician. The key is that they have experience treating darker skin tones. And so like I was saying before, I know that it is very difficult to find dermatologists, aesthetic physicians, estheticians that focus on treating darker skin tones, but it is really crucial that you find someone that can take care of your skin, that has the proper equipment for your skin, that is well versed with treating darker skin tones, so you don't end up with complications and so that you are able to get better treatment success. Let me know if you found this video useful, and leave comments below if there's any topic that you want me to touch on, and I will make a video on that topic. If you live in the DC metro area, my practice is called Delight Medical and Aesthetics. We're in Falls Church, Virginia. We would love to help you if you're struggling with hyperpigmentation or any skin concern that is related to acne, hyperpigmentation, anti-aging, all of that, weight loss. We do it all. So I'll leave our information below. If you're in the area, stop by, and until next video, bye.